This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Ready? Focus. Lock in. Buckle down. From the Great Lakes to all corners of the globe, let your passions shine with purpose in your zone. Hey everyone, it's another episode of In Your Zone, brought to you by INCRadio Northern Midwest Satellite Studio. I am your host for today, Gabriel Romero, coming to you from the local congregation of Bloomingdale in the Ecclesiastical District of Great Lakes. There I am. Nice to see you all today. We've got another exciting broadcast for you, wherein we get to share another one of the interests, hobbies, and passions of brethren here in the local congregation, in the district, of Great Lakes. Before we do that, make sure to comment there on our YouTube live chat any of your greetings, comments, shout outs, and questions that you may have in relation to today's topic and to our guest who will be speaking later on. But before we do so, again, just a reminder, before we introduce our guest, the guest for today, a reminder to all of you to focus. All right. So, without further ado, let's introduce our guest for this afternoon from the local congregation of Milwaukee. She can introduce herself to to all who are watching us today.
Hello everyone, my name is Sister Kelly Journey. I hope you're well, and I'm hoping you are all sitting in your comfy couch watching the INC radio.
It's nice to see you, Sister Jelly. If I think maybe you can come in a little closer to our mic so we can all hear you well. And while you do that, just for everyone who's in our YouTube live chat watching our program, you can see down below that we have her on today because she's going to share her expertise on cooking. And not only cooking, a note that you can see there, she is an online chef. And we'll get into why that is a little bit later in the broadcast. But Sister Jelly, let's start at the beginning, shall we? Of course, we like to ask everyone how they got into their interest or hobby or passion. But I could probably assume with all of us, cooking, started when we were younger with, our families helping them out in the kitchen. How was that for you?
Yes, cooking is and a good food is a good part of a Filipino culture. I grew up with both parents cook, and they both shared their enjoyment over a good food. A good food, I mean, is tasty and savory. And my passion for cooking developed when I started traveling before I settled in the United States. I live in Hong Kong and Cyprus, and living away from my family prompted me to cook a lot and try to recreate that flavor that reminded me of home. And I also learned to enjoy the food from different culture. And as I start being introduced to different ingredients and spices, I learned to cook also different type of dishes which I always enjoy.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that it started, with your family, but also maybe not an experience for all of us, but you got to experience different cuisine, right, when you are traveling or living in different countries. So,
They have a different way of cooking in each countries I have visited.
mhm,
Like in Hong Kong, most of their food is done by steaming, which we hardly do as Filipinos.
mhm.
Uh, the dish I like most is steamed chicken, ground pork, and steamed fish. That's one of my favorite, which I learned to make it as soon as I got into it. And by making a dish from a different culture, you will be going through like trial and error. So you need to keep doing it until you get that desired uh, dish you like to make.
Okay. So I'm not too familiar with the cuisine in Cyprus. What kind of food do they have
Oh,
there?
this is so funny. The first thing I got there is what I saw is they are grilling the apple.
Oh,
At the same time, they also grill the pineapples. They make it like a side to their steaks. So I was surprised on that point because back home we just tend to eat the fresh apples and bite and enjoy the crispiness of the apples.
hmm,
And here you go, you will see like they're cooking the apples.
that's very different. I don't know if I've had that before, but that's awesome that you get
We
to.
have a question in our live chat actually. From Noel Del Start. Well, it's a two-part question. His first question is, "What's your favorite dish to cook?" And his follow-up question to that is like, "What's the most requested dish from your family?"
But uh, the most the most recipe is of course Filipino dishes and Western style dishes because my family enjoyed. My husband have oven baked ribs, and I am also quite happy with my Thanksgiving classic spread. The roasted turkey as a centerpiece, and surrounded with the essential side dishes like stuffing, um, green bean casserole, and the macaroni and cheese. There has to be a macaroni and cheese because that's my husband's favorite side dish. And mostly, um, I will just share whatever I cook for the day. And I will do a few video snippets and turning them into reels.
Okay. I was gonna say, also that I wondered if mac and cheese was the most requested because they're in Wisconsin and they love their cheese.
Yeah, the
Could
cheese.
be because my husband is born and raised in Milwaukee.
Okay, so I think that makes sense. But you kind of touched on it already, Sister Jelly. But you mentioned something about creating videos and reels about your cooking. So when did that begin for you?
Well, I did not have a formal background in video editing. But just like many others during the pandemic, I my online interest increases to connect to the world during that isolation and the physical distance.
Mhm.
Then I end up watching more videos about cooking. And my niece, Lyrica, who is in graduate school in uh, drove to Wisconsin to spend months with me. And because her school is moved online, and that is when Jelly's Kitchen was born. I told her I like to do my own YouTube channel. So she started taking the videos while I am cooking and did the editing as well. And when she went back to school, I did my own videos and shared it to her through the Google Drive.
Mhm.
for her to edit the long form of video for YouTube. And later on, I learned to do my own videos using the editing tools on Facebook. And my channel helped me stay connected to people. And later on, I also learned to do my own live stream, interact with my viewers. And I love reading their comments, either they're good or bad.
That's awesome. So, would you say that's your favorite part about making the content is interacting with those who reply to you on the streams or on your videos that you make? What's your favorite part about the whole process?
My favorite part is, of course, because I like to share the food I like to make. And my favorite part is when they ask me what will be the next recipe for the next episode. So then I will think what will be the next dish to make. But I have also think to that kind of recipe that my husband would like, because at home it's just me and my husband, and I cook for my husband.
Mhm. Do you plan? I just want to get an idea how you plan all your videos. Do you have um like a schedule of recipes made in advance, or do you listen to the feedback that you get on your videos and your reels? If they request like, oh, you should make like leche flan or something, or teach me how to
I
make.
always tend to listen to them. Just like they always said, customer is always right.
Oh yeah.
You need to make the dishes they requested you, so they will keep watching you. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Of course, you have to listen to the feedback that they give
Oh,
you.
it's the same thing with my husband. Well, I make something that is really a native or like a really a taste from home.
Yes.
If I will serve it to him, he will say, I will ask him, oh, Han, did you like it? And he will answer, it's not my favorite.
Oh.
So it means it's not a favorable taste for him. So I would not make that dish again. Because when I cook, I want to appreciate the person I am serving. And that will, in return, I will be happy to make it again for him.
Okay, so that actually was going to be my next question. What do you hope to, share or through the recipes and the videos that you're making? What do you hope your audience gets to experience?
I like them to experience to be comfortable also in their kitchen.
Mhm.
Well, because cooking first you need to learn is to know your kitchen, and and then there is many ways to enjoy cooking. Like I said, if you cook something and then the person you serve enjoyed it, that's encourages to uh, do the dishes you like to share.
Okay, and then could you also share with us one more time, and just in case those in our YouTube live chat weren't able to hear, where could they find the videos that you've been making, and what's the name of the channel?
Uh, Jelly's Kitchen.
Perfect,
This,
easy to remember. Jelly's
yeah.
Kitchen. Okay, good to know. But we'll actually get to learn more about your kitchen, I guess, in a sense, when we actually get to our next segment of our show, which again we are calling Lock In. Yes. So, um, for this locked in segment, we are going to actually get the opportunity to reach out to our viewers and listeners in our YouTube live chat. So, what I want everyone in our YouTube live chat to do is fill it up with questions that you have about cooking in general. And our sister Jelly here will try her best to give advice and tips if you have any problems in the kitchen. She'll share part of her kitchen with you. So while the YouTube live chat fills up with some questions, and I see there are many already chiming in, excited to learn more about your cooking style. I did have one question to start off, Sister Jelly. So, at least with me, I love my meats, my chicken, my steak, um, my seafood, even like shrimp, things like that. I like my protein. But sometimes, especially with beef or with steak, for me, it's hard to tell sometimes when I want it to be the ideal temperature for me, which is like a medium rare, again, depending on the type of steak that I have. So, what are the tips that you can share with us about cooking steaks?
Okay, your ambition is cooking is quite high. To
Oh.
achieve, to achieve cooking a good steak, you need a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, you need to do first. I would share two approaches here. And at the beginning, you might want to use a thermometer.
Okay.
Then later on, by keep doing it, you might end up not using the thermometer anymore. But you just make sure you need to keep all eyes watching what you are cooking, so you will see the tenderness and the firmness of your protein or of your meat. And then the second approach is the trial and error. And like they always said, practice makes perfect. Um, about cooking chicken, make sure is all the way through is all well done, because you will know the chicken is done is when you pull it out from the bone. You will see the chicken bone is white, then that means your poultry or your meat is fully cooked. Same thing with the pork. It has to be fully cooked before eating it. And same way, when you pull out the meat, it will fall off the bone. That means the tender is good enough to eat. When it comes to um, I learned that using my palm, if you like it rare, using your first finger touching your palm, you will feel it real tender. That means rare. Your steak is rare at that. And by using your middle finger, it's a medium rare. And by using your next finger, you touch it here on this side of your finger of your hand is harder. So you will know the rare, medium rare, and well done steak.
Ooh, okay. So to recap for everyone, so with your hand, if you touch the pointer finger to whatever we call this part of the hand, right?
Well, for the chicken wings, you will call it winged.
Oh, okay. The wing of your hand, I guess. So that will be rare, if I'm not
And
mistaken. Yes,
this
here.
will be rare.
Okay. The medium rare
The
here with
medium
this finger, and then well done with your ring finger.
well done is
Okay, got it. Okay, good, because I don't want to have to rely on my thermometer, because sometimes
no. You
sometimes
just
it'll
touch
kind
the
of.
meat like this.
Oh, okay. So you can
And
also do by touch.
you mentioned about the protein. So
Yes.
you must be talking more about seafoods like lobster.
Mm-hmm.
So it also depends on how you will cook your lobster.
Mm-hmm.
Either you boil it or steam it. If
Yes.
you decided to boil your lobster, when you see the outer part of the lobster turn into flaming red and shiny red, that means your protein is done. So you need to take it out and plunge it right away into ice cold water to stop the cook over. Because you don't want to overcook any of your seafoods, especially your lobster. If you tend to overcook it, it might just end up into the garbage.
Oh, that'll be a waste of your money.
So sensitivity. And if you decided to steam your lobster, and this time the steamer is covered, so you would not see the changing color of this protein. So this and this part, you might want to use a timer. In steaming a lobster, it depends on the weight of the lobster. It may be a pound or 2 pound a lobster. Then you might end up steaming it only for 8 to 10 minutes, and that is done. And again, do not overcook your protein.
Okay.
Do
So
not waste expensive food.
agreed. I agree 100%. Yeah, don't waste that expensive food.
Yeah.
Another question that I had, which I also encounter since I'm a novice, sometimes when I make, dishes like maybe my pastas or my soups, right? They tend to get over salted. It's for those who speak Tagalog, it's maalat, right? Medyo maalat. So what do I do to fix that?
Okay. You mentioned first about your pasta. Uh, it depends also on how do you like your pasta. Do you like it soft or you like it al dente? That they always call. I like my pasta al dente.
Mhm.
And to avoid um, the so to avoid the salt taste to your pasta, do not add salt into the water when you boil any of your pasta. Uh, because the taste of the toppings, it will absorb that taste when you put it into your pasta.
Okay.
And now if you are dealing like when you make your adobo, your apritada, or menudo, and you tend it to over salted, you can dilute it by using a hot water, adding cornstarch. And just remember, do not add cold water into your dish. Because if you add cold liquid into your dish, the firmness and the texture of your dish changes. But by adding a hot water with the cornstarch, then added the texture and firmness to your dish, and it adds more flavor. That way, you solve the saltiness flavor on your dish. There are many ways of diluting that, solving that problem. Like if you made a soup, you would also tend to overcook it. Uh, you can solve that problem by adding more ingredients, like adding more vegetables. But then again, you cannot add the raw vegetable to your cooked dish already. So you need to boil first the vegetable you are adding to. Then you add more flavor again to your soup. And also, most Filipinos makes tinola.
Mhm.
You also end up adding more a fish sauce into it. You can solve that problem by adding one beaten egg. So then again, you add more flavor and you will enjoy your tinola. And that's all.
Awesome. Oh, I love it. So you can make sure to add other ingredients, but they should be warm enough, right? Because it will, I think, as you said, affect the texture or firmness of the other food. And also, right, it will become, what's the word here? Not uneven, but they won't have the same taste.
Texture.
Because taste and texture, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think we maybe have time. Elsam, if you can help me out. Is there any question in our YouTube live chat for Sister
Yes,
Joe?
there's two.
Okay.
There's two actually from EJ Short. He's asking, what your most favorite way of cooking is, and from Katrina, she's asking if you prefer to cook with red meat, like beef or pork, or with poultry, so chicken, turkey, like birds.
In my case, since I traveled in so many places already, I end up adapting eating local food because as you travel, you become adventurous and open up yourself to a new taste, new texture, new flavor that you would encounter at home. So, but then um, again, I don't have any preference on my food. I can eat red meat, white meat, but most food I like is seafood. Uh, but then again, cooking seafood is not that easy. You need to be, you need to
Yeah, I
have
heard, but it's very easy to mess up seafood.
right. You don't want to mess up seafood. It's so expensive to waste it.
May I ask your favorite type of seafood to eat?
I would say I would love lobster,
Ooh.
and I have a video of it in Jelly's kitchen. You can watch it.
That must mean also it's really
And
good.
you
To watch it.
will see how happy I was when I cracked the lobster. You know, when you start eating it, you will have that joy when you start eating lobster.
I'm already feeling the joy that you're sharing with us through explaining the laughter. Now I need to go look for that one after our show.
Yeah, it's
Um,
boiled lobster.
ooh, okay, I think maybe we have time for one quick one, if it's possible to to answer quick. But from brother Jerry, he's asking, because I personally don't know the difference. What's the difference, if there is one, between menudo and mechado?
Well, uh, first I would say they're almost the same, but they are all tomato based.
Mm-hmm.
Mechado is a big chunk of meat. It's either pork or chicken or beef or lamb. Menudo is a ground beef or ground pork, but at the same time, they are tomato based. They can also use the same vegetable like carrots and peas. And in my case, I use a lot of garbanzos. It's one of my favorite dishes.
Ooh, okay. I love to hear that. So, brother Jerry, I think you've got your answer there between the difference between menudo and machado, and it's actually sadly time to wrap up our show. But if you do have any more questions about cooking that you have, again, you can find Jelly's Kitchen uh, in Milwaukee itself, or find it through social media. I'm sure you'll be able to do so.
Kitchen YouTube.
What was that? Could you repeat what you said?
Visit Jelly's Kitchen on YouTube.
Okay. Yes. Make sure after our broadcast, you can do so. If not, if you're unable to, you can always reach out to any one of us here at INC Radio Northern Midwest in the district of Great Lakes. Reach out to your CFO officers or multimedia officers, and we'll be sure to connect you with Sister Jelly so that she can answer any of your questions. Yeah, that wraps up our show for this afternoon. And I'm pretty sure there are no special comments there in our YouTube live chat that I'm going to mention. Aside from, we're going to greet our local congregation of Park Ridge, who is celebrating their 25th anniversary at the end of the month on December 29. And to give our special thanks and shout outs to our district staff here in the District of Great Lakes, Brother Art Agag, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Elmer Sarmiento, our District Minister, and special thanks to those helping us in INC Radio, Brother Wally Taray, our station manager, Brother Angelo Arano Vimanalo, Deputy Executive Minister, and of course, Brother Eduardo Vimanalo, our Executive Minister. Thank you all again so much for allowing us to share our hobbies and interests and showcase the brethren here in our district of Great Lakes. We're so glad that we're able to do this and have this opportunity to share everything with you. So don't forget, you can tune in next week, same time at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, for more episodes of In Your Zone. Elsam, is there anything else that I am forgetting before we go?
Um, no, actually, we just got greetings earlier, and I know you didn't want to read this one, but it came from your mom, and she's greeting you a happy birthday. We had several greetings as well, and an advanced happy birthday to our district minister here in Great Lakes, Alfred A. Serpento.
We have a lot of December birthdays here in our district. So again, a happy advanced birthday to our district minister, Brother Elmer Sarmiento. And disregard what Elsam said about whoever's birthday that is today. It doesn't matter. I'm just kidding. But thank you to everyone. I've seen it. Thank you to everyone who's greeted in the comments. I do appreciate all the love that you have, not only for me, but for our broadcast as well. Don't forget, same time, 4 p.m. Eastern, Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And it is it is in your zone where your passions shine the brightest, where you and your passions shine the brightest. Okay? Don't forget to tune into Jelly's Kitchen after this. Find that YouTube channel or watch more INC Radio. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.